Hello, YouTube. Hello.
Oh, very good.
Welcome to the Blind Tech Guys podcast. Hello, YouTube. Hello there. Hey, Google. Hey, Google. Stop. No. Hey, Google. Stop.
The right thing, this thing won't work.
Oh, thank God.
Well, I'll be.
I'll be.
Well, hello, everybody. And welcome to the Blind. Welcome to the Blind Tech Guys. We're going to have to redo that introduction.
Yeah, let's do that again.
I love it.
Hello, guys, and welcome to the latest episode of the Blind Tech Guys podcast. Today is Saturday, November 7th, or Sunday, November 8th, wherever you're listening, or it might be a later date if you're listening to this live. This is episode number 59, and my name is Nigerian Spy, and we have Aussie Spy and Mexican Spy and Indian Spy here as well.
Wow. That's impressive. We've got a lot of spies on this channel these days. What's going on?
This is the spy party.
Yeah, the spy party. And we're from all over the world, I guess. No. Hello, everybody. My name is Nimmer. Hello, Marco.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the podcast. Nimmer, it's another week already. Saturday night.
Already, yes. Hello.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Oh, the man's back.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, everybody. Warren
he's
here.
here.
Glad to be back, and thank you guys for your support. I've been gone for a while, and I'm so glad to be back with you guys. We got a nice person in here, though, better than all of us. Austin?
Hello everyone, this is Austin Pinto from India. And it's good to be back with you every week.
Yes, hello.
Now, Nimmer, before you go on, I think you should turn your volume up a wee bit.
Yeah, you sound very slow.
You're very quiet now.
I'm very quiet.
Yeah, I know, that's unusual, but you are actually quite quiet. Well, shish.
Okay, is that better?
No, it is worst.
No. Hello? Now you're a bit too loud. Maybe a touch lower, but not too much lower because we want to be able to hear you. That's better. You're good now.
This sounds good. All right.
Yeah, you're good now. All right, so what do we got on the show today, Nimmer? Let's get into it.
Well, I have to close the YouTube stream because I'm confusing myself listening to everything in double. So let me close the YouTube stream.
I love it. This is beautiful, though.
Warren, actually, you sound a bit loud.
I'm too loud? Hey, Marco?
Yeah, you're
Yeah, you sound a little loud.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to turn down my volume a little bit.
Because I'm listening to it on the YouTube stream, so I'm just trying to match everyone out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're good. Well, I don't know if you've done anything, but you seem a bit...
Let's see. I'm
better
trying
now.
to turn it down. How about now? Am I?
Yeah, you're pretty good
You're
on
a
my
bit
end.
better. Yeah, you're a bit better.
Am I
I think
better?
leave it at
Okay.
that. That's good.
Okay.
You're good. You're a bit better.
All right.
Very good, very good. All right, let's close out the YouTube stream. There we go. Now I'm less confused. And, okay, here's what we got going for today. Well, Anna G was supposed to join us. Looks like she's not here. She ditched us again. So, Anna, if you're listening to this, we miss you, and we'll hope that you will come back soon. And we have some news that we're going to talk a little bit about. We have some news articles. And after we talk about some news articles, we're going to have a mystery guest. He's going to talk about a nice app he's actually a mystery guest, not someone who's been on before. And yeah, let's see. We have what else do we have after that? We have listener emails. That's right. Gonna do some listener emails.
Don't forget about my app of the week.
Oh yes, you have an app of the week, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, don't forget about my app of the week. Okay,
No,
I got you.
don't forget that.
Okay, man. Very good.
Thank you, bro.
All right. So, let's see if we have any comments here from anybody. Oh, we have one from Nimmer Jabber. It says, "Come fast, boys." It looks like it was posted at 7:32 p.m. Wow, he was anxious to
I was going to say, that's early going. Sheesh.
And looks like we have 2 people watching.
Oh, not good.
So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we get a few more in here. Call your friends and your mothers and your fathers and your aunties and uncles and sisters and brothers and cousins and whoever else and tell them to come watch, because we need some more listeners, guys. We're very glad that you're here. And in case you missed last week's podcast, we did celebrate. I know Warren missed it. I couldn't believe it. We celebrated over 5,000 plays. But we're glad that Warren is back with us.
That was good. Absolutely good. You guys forgot to send me a little bottle of champagne, though. That's not good.
You guys, all the listeners are supposed to send me a bottle of champagne for sitting here and doing this, I think. I don't know.
I'm still waiting on both Google and Apple to send me a free phone. I think we should get something nice for 5,000 shows.
I agree.
I agree.
Well, I think the next thing, we want to make sure that if you're listening to this, that you please like and share and subscribe, so that hopefully we can get more listeners, and we also are able to bring you more content and get more listeners and get maybe some sponsorship, and so that we can bring you more unboxings and that kind of thing. And we're doing this for you. So anyway, if you can like, share, subscribe, that helps us out quite a lot. The more people see it, the more people listen. That's very good. Write a comment with a review if you want.
And if you don't like or share, we kill you. Very good.
Oh, yes, very good, very good. And we know exactly where you are. We can track you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm. In fact, I have my Australian Defence Force personnel working their way around to every door as we speak, Nima.
Oh, my. Well, when we have so many spies in the house, you never can tell.
But just, a quick little like or a share would be very much appreciated. So.
Yes. Okay, well, let's get going here before our mystery guest comes. We're already 10 minutes in, and we've done absolutely nothing so far. What's new in the news?
Well, Android Police. Apparently they're a police network, Nima. Well, maybe they're the ones that are working their way around to people's doors. They have reported that apparently Philip, hello Philip, in the UK, you're not going to be very happy soon. You won't be able to make calls on your Google speaker.
Oh, sorry, sorry, Philip. Sorry, anybody else that's listening from the UK.
Apparently Google has very quietly updated its policies. That's very unusual, isn't it? That policies are quietly updated.
I don't know why that is, though. It's probably because sometimes in the UK, you can't freely call, certain area codes and things like that. And I think maybe they're saying, hey, Google, you're violating, making people, being able to call anywhere they wish, kind of violates or whatever.
Who do you want to call?
Yeah, I think that's probably...
privacy laws.
It'll be a privacy law thing. Yeah. And I know that over here in Oz, we can only utilize that feature with one carrier. So it's kind of a little pointless because, well, I guess most people are on that carrier, or some high proportion, but still.
Well, see, here, we're not even tied to carriers. We can just call any local or cell phone number, but it's not tied to a carrier at all, really.
But see, in the UK, sometimes you can only call within certain area codes,
and we can't
or you
receive
have to
calls
pay.
on our thing either. Some places, I think, if if someone gets a call, I think in Australia, right? Somewhere, if you get a call on your mobile line, the speaker will also ring. Yeah, we don't have that here.
Yeah. But in any case, that's going kish. So goodbye to that in mid-December. You've got about, 5 weeks of that feature. And then you'll have to use Duo.
Pixel 5, this next article is for you. Samsung has released the 256 gig version of their Galaxy S20 Fan Edition.
Tell you what, it's good value though, Nima.
$770, essentially.
Yeah. So it's $70 more expensive than the 128
more expensive
gig.
than the 128 gig, which is already a much better deal than the Pixel 5. Sorry, Google. It's just a much better deal.
Oh, it's a nice little phone. Well, not such a little phone, but it's a nice phone.
And if we want to go into it a little bit more, I tend to think, the Samsung S20 FE's got an 865 processor. It's got a headphone jack. It's got a really nice screen.
Don't forget my SD card.
120 hertz display, SD card, all these things. And 5G and the best modem possible right now, at least, the 855. And this device sells for the same price that we've got a Pixel 5 with a 765 processor, a little bit lower tier, lower tier modem.
Well,
no
it's also got the
jack,
3 cameras
no
as
SD
well.
Slot. Oh yes,
Got the 3 cameras, nice cameras apparently.
Yeah. So if it was me and I'm looking to buy a phone at $700, sorry Google, but you're not getting it. You're not getting that this time. Now, for me at least, if the Pixel 5 still had the squeeze feature, if it still had the radar, if it still had some of the features that made the Pixel great, I think, then I probably would have said, okay, yeah, you're sacrificing on processor, but you're still getting a better experience. But I don't think I can really say that anymore. So.
Well, the other thing also to keep in mind as well, listeners, the reason why it's stating here that it's still running Android 10, of course, that'll be coming out next month for some of us, not for all of us, but I would imagine for a lot of you, if you do get this phone, you'll get,
you're getting 3 years of
Samsung's
updates.
version.
So
and you'll get 3
11,
years of
12,
updates.
13.
12, 13.
So.
Yeah. So it's a pretty good buy for $700, well, $769.99, which is around 1,100 Australian. That's a very good buy for what you're getting. In fact, that would be, I don't know. I mean, okay, maybe you wait around for the S21 that's coming out next year, which promises the X60 modem, but I mean, if this thing's cheaper, so.
Oh, I tell you what, if it was me and I was a user who bought the S20 Plus, and I did buy the S20 Plus, or even the regular S20, I would actually be quite pissed off at the moment.
Oh, absolutely.
I would be furious. I'd be infuriated, and the reason is that you're getting the same specs in a phone, but much better in terms of the fact it has a headphone jack and has things that these other phones don't have, and you're getting it for cheaper price. So you're getting.
Now, I think the FE doesn't have a headphone jack, though. No, it doesn't.
No, there's no headphone jack.
I thought it had a headphone jack. All right, well, that's fine.
No, you have the dongle that comes with it, USB-C dongle.
Either way, you're getting the same exact phone, essentially.
And it's water resistant as well. I mean, it's the same thing for a lot cheaper.
Same thing, same processor, same cameras, same thing.
And that's the other thing to look at, fanboys, the 865. Now, I'm not sure if it's G, but it's definitely an 865. So it's a nice processor.
There's no G in that. It's all 865.
Good processor. 700. I mean, if you don't want the extra storage, pick it up for $699. I mean, why not? Wow.
But maybe it may go on sale. For the holidays. You never know. Shopping season. Maybe they will.
I don't know how much they could possibly bring it down. Maybe it will, but
maybe $50 off or something like that.
Maybe wait a week and just see if it does go down. But I'd be very surprised with this one.
I think they would.
It was just released, and so I don't see it.
I think they would. But you could also do a trade-in, if you have an older phone sitting around that you want to trade it in, you probably wind up getting that thing for $300 or $400 or $500.
Oh, I think it's very good value. Yeah.
Yeah. Good fun.
Absolutely.
So we're getting some new shortcuts to the power menu in Android 11. That's pretty cool. What's this about there, Marco? Read it.
Apparently, there's a very, I'm trying to bring this up on my end very quickly. Apparently, there's a very long list of feature changes which the article's decided not to go through. Let's see. We can add scenes, scripts, and automations with the power button, apparently, Nima.
Oh, sexy.
Apparently, almost all entities are available. Apparently, notifications have been improved. We can also open another app with a actionable notification.
Oh, very nice.
Well,
So you can tell that I know what I'm talking about right here. Like, this is very...
Well, these things are going to be like in a
Very
feature
good.
drop. Google is going to drop them in one of those, security patches and things like that, or little feature drop. So just nice to have something like that additional. Is a good thing. Makes the device a little bit more usable, customizable, or whatever the case may be.
So you have to download it, obviously, yeah?
No, I don't think you have to download it. They will just package
be
it
pushed
into the security patch or the feature drop and just drop it in there.
Very good. Have you got anything to add to that fascinating article there, Nima?
So this has nothing to do with the Google Assistant. This is a
No,
different
this
thing.
is
This is the
this
Home
is a
Assistant.
different thing. This
apparently.
is a Home Assistant. That's why I was saying. I think it's
Whatever a Home Assistant is.
Yeah, so it'll be, server rollout.
It lets you add scenes and automation scripts and things like that to the power menu. So very good. I don't know why we got this article, but it has
I
nothing
think
to
we
do
might.
with Google Assistant.
Can I
so-
just say for the podcast, this particular article will be kish kish. Very good.
It's a good thing. Just a heads up. So something to look forward to.
I have no. This is why I didn't sound like I knew what I was on about. I'm thinking, hold on, what the hell is this Home Assistant thing? But this has got nothing to do with Google. I'm pretty sure.
It's like a trigger app. Essentially, it's like a.
Yeah.
It's like a. You can.
It's like
you
Side
can
Squeeze.
set up automation. Yeah, something similar to that.
Yeah.
You can make it do different things. So.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I think you have to download it. Apparently, it's 3.0. So there must have been a
Yes, you definitely
1.0
have to.
and a 2.0 before it. But yeah, you have to download it. Yeah. So very good. And
It also apparently connects with different sensors. Yeah, very good. All right.
Google is working hard for you.
WhatsApp, I
So-
think we talked about this last week, didn't we? They created
no, this
disappearing
one.
messages.
Well, I'm not sure. I think this is something. Wasn't the other one something else? But anyway, I don't know.
Week. Maybe not.
Maybe not. But yeah, apparently WhatsApp's going to introduce the fact that we can now have disappearing messages. At the moment, I believe it's set to 1 week, which seems quite a long time for a message that you don't want to be there to be there. But, they're going to.
I like this. I've always had a problem with all these messaging apps that once you send it, it's gone. And you can never... You can't undo it. You can... I mean,
No.
you can delete it for like an hour or something, but you can't...
The only one that you can do that with is Telegram. I think you can
So let's
delete it
say-
for everyone. But
Let's say,
no, you
I'm
can't.
dating a person or something like that, and then, a week later, this person is now my ex. My squeeze is gone. No longer my squeeze. I say, oh, well, I want to delete all those, sexy messages that I sent you. I should be able to do that. Especially
No,
with
you
these...
keep those for the good old times. Remember the
but
good
I
old
should
times.
be able to do that. And if I don't want her, to have those messages
yeah, but then if you get a
anymore-
new Russian squeeze or something, she
Yeah.
might find them.
Well, and I wouldn't want the current one to, share them out or something. So, or the ex to share them out or do.
Well, as
crazy
I said
things,
before,
so-
the only way I think you can do it is if you're using Telegram at this point, because you can delete for all.
Yeah, but you can do
But-
that with WhatsApp too, though. But it has to be within a
No,
certain.
in
You can
WhatsApp,
delete
if
it.
I have a message in WhatsApp,
No.
if I have a chat with in WhatsApp, I can delete a message for an hour.
You can delete it on your end,
On my end, I can delete it.
yeah, but you can't
But I
delete it
can't
on
delete
their
it
end.
for someone else's.
No.
So
I thought it has a feature that you can delete for everyone as long as within a
the only apps that I know that you can do that are
yes,
in
the time frame's an
Telegram.
hour. That's what I'm
The
saying.
time frame's an hour, yeah. But the only apps that you can do it indefinitely are Messenger, the Facebook Messenger, and Telegram, from what I've found. Now, I'm not fully au fait on all apps. I'm pretty sure you can't do it in
So
Signal.
I don't know. Disappearing
You
messages
can't
would
do
be
it in
good.
WhatsApp.
No,
Yeah.
no. Signal doesn't let you. Well, Signal you could create secret chats that can't be forwarded
Yeah.
on or anything like that. But other than that, no.
It still stays. So
Yep.
yeah, but apparently, as I said, at the moment they're rolling it out to be on a weekly basis. But I think they're going to allow you to change that. And I think the WhatsApp one that we talked about last time, Nimmer, I think that was the thing to do with changing turn off the notifications of groups for, you know how it has it set for a year or something. It's going to make it indefinite.
Very good. Very good.
That's one of their other changes. So you can shut those groups up forever if you wish to, or mute them, I should say.
Okay, Mr. Mongolian Spy, would you like to tell us about this lineage seed something vault? Whatever.
Mongolian.
What's this?
Okay, so here's what's going on. So basically, what's happening is that the
I thought
guys
I
from-
deleted that article. Didn't I?
well, you've
All right.
already talked about it. We might as well talk about it. So the Lineage OS guys, the Mongolian, we like to call them Mongolian, baptism or whatever, Romer you want to call them. But so these guys are adapting this open source seed vault, SEEDVAULT, and baking it into the Lineage OS. So basically what this does is simplify, backup. You're able to back up your stuff, including the total image of your device and things like that. So the whole idea is that you don't have to use ADB with something like titanium or whatever and have your device rooted, but this is going to be in the system. So if you're a Mongolian roamer, I think this is a good deal.
So is this like the app that I already use now, Macroium or whatever it's called? Reflect?
Macrodroid.
Yeah.
No, this is better than Macrodroid. The Macrodroid is just like a tasker.
Oh, no,
Which
the
is
one
what
that I'm
this
using...
Assistant 3.0 is.
No, the one that I'm using here, it's Macrian Reflect. It's something that it's essentially the same thing. It backs up what you have on your device. Well, you can set it how often you want, but it just essentially backs it up into a file.
Yeah, but
And
I
then you
don't
can
think it backs
reinstall.
up the system, though.
Yeah, no, this does it. You can make it do a what do you call it? Like an exact image. You can image the whole thing. So essentially, you can reboot your phone, you can factory reset your phone, and you can have it back to exactly how it was before. It does an image like an
very
exact
good.
image. So I assume it's a similar sort of product.
Yeah, so that's what this is. But this is at the OS level, so it's a good thing.
Is it free or is it $1?
No.
It's free.
It's free because it's going to be part of the Lineage OS. So you want to install,
so it's
the
It's
Mongolian
open
ROM.
source.
Yeah, so
Well, it better be
it's part
free.
of it.
I don't
I
have any money in that area.
Listen to that, boy. Better be free. Well, of course.
Well,
it's
if it's
free.
open source, it has to be. Well, it does.
It
have
is.
to be
It is
free.
free, and so they've adopted that as their kid.
You should have told me about this before I got this other one, Mongolian Spy. My
But
other
you
one
don't-
cost
you're
me
not a
$10.
Mongolian. You're not a Mongolian minister. You don't baptize in the Mongolian River, Marco.
Motorola, Chinese company, tunnel phone. Very good, very good. They have a tunnel phone for you, and you can use them. And they're not very good, but if you want them, you can buy them.
So what are these two new Motorola phones, Warren? What are they? Do you know much about them?
Oh, I want to get one of those, but see, the guys at Motorola don't want to give people the updates, so it's just going to come with Android 10. You have the Moto G9 Power, and you have Moto G5G.
Isn't that confusing? They don't even know how to.
I know.
They don't even know how to name their phones. One's the G9 and one's the G5G.
Yeah, G5G.
And then they already had a Moto G5.
I thought they were coming out with an Energy as well, funnily enough.
Oh my gosh. Anna will cut my head off.
Maybe this is why she hasn't come on yet.
She's turned herself into a Motorola phone. Not good.
So I think what really gets me going about this is that the 5G, the G5G, has a 5,000 milliamp and the G9 Power is a 6,000 milliamp battery. So just imagine Motorola says you're going to have it for like 60 or whatever hours,
Yeah, but they're shitty phones. And after about a year, that battery will have dropped down to 3,000 milliamps because they use shitty components. Frankly, they're budget phones. They're really budget type phones, and they don't use
the other one is
components.
650G, or is it 750G? Yeah, Qualcomm 750G for the Motorola G5G. Gosh,
I don't know, but their components are not very good. Not very good hardware.
Yeah, I have to say, I don't know. The Motorola's I'm a little bit worried about because, like you said at the beginning, Warren, the whole updating thing's a bit suspect. I don't know.
Yeah, the only Motorola's, there's two Motorola's that I would consider, and this is for all users, the Motorola Edge and the Motorola Edge Plus.
Oh, the
Those
Edge is a decent phone.
By far the best Android phones for the year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But, yes, you're going to have to deal with update issues. So.
Yeah. And in fact, if you want to see how good that phone was, just go to the after party from the last episode and see how long that baby took before it broke.
That's right.
It took a long time.
Yeah, you missed out on that one, Warren.
No, I listened to it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope that boy doesn't hurt
A lot
himself.
of people are going to disagree. And look, I know a lot of people do buy the Motorola budget phones, and they're perfectly okay. If you're not worried about updates, maybe not that worried about the battery, then they're more than a reasonable device. You have to not
be worried about a lot of things. You have to not be worried about updates. You have to not be worried about having a really shitty modem. You have to not be worried about having a really shitty screen, frankly. Really terrible speakers, oftentimes mono speaker. That's just in the top earpiece of the phone. You have to be not worried about a lot of things.
I think up until about a year, let's say a year or two back, they were a decent option for a budget phone, but there are so many better options now. I think over the last year, there's been so many better options.
Look at how much money those phones are costing. I would personally pick up a Pixel 3a or 4a any day.
Yeah.
Over any of those garbage.
And it seems like Motorola keeps pumping this, and there's another one coming up. It's just unbelievable. Where are we going with all these phones?
To me, it seems fairly pointless for a budget device to have a 6,000 milliamp battery anyway, because I guess
you can
they're
take
already
that hiking.
Underpowered. Yeah, you can take it for hiking.
You can take this up to the Colorado mountains.
I know. I could take it hiking for a week and still not run out of battery. I mean, I'm aware of that, but. But I mean, the phone itself just isn't a very good phone. I would be a lot more impressed if it was a 6,000 milliamp battery in a flagship phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I know. I think Moto has really given up on flagship
or at least
phones.
a mid-range device. These aren't really even mid-range devices. I wouldn't even call them mid-range.
Yeah. It's the power.
Now, the next article is apparently from Austin's part of the world. Micromax. Rebirth, apparently, Warren. What's all
very
about
good.
this?
They have a Micromax in India. It's a very good company. It's a very good.
The fight between the Chinese and the Indians and the clashing, the military clashes and things. And so, India, I think India is doing a good thing for, trying to be, nationalistic, trying to make your own, drink your own water instead of importing water from China or something.
So Micromax makes water. I mean, why wouldn't they just drink it out of their sink? I guess water in India, you probably don't.
I'm just being, silly. But so, really, I think India wants to, place itself there. And Google is supporting, Micromax, just like they're supporting the Geo guys. And so, remember they started the Micromax, I think, was that 2009? No, I don't remember the year. Somewhere there, not that early. But
so what I don't understand is, are they little phones or big phones? They say
no,
micro.
No, they're big phones. They're 6.5.
They're big phones. Yeah.
Well, why do they call them micro? When I think of
that's
micro,
the name
I
of
think
the company.
Like something small. I don't know.
No, the company is Micromax.
So I'm having a look here at the specs. I'm having a look here at the specs. So they promise 2 years of updates.
Yeah.
They ship with OS 10.
2 years of updates, but the update you get might be, what, a year late?
Well, who knows? Apparently the processor, now I don't know what this processor is. It's a Helio
MediaTek.
G85, whatever that is.
Friends
MediaTek.
don't let friends get MediaTek. They're really shitty processors. So if you're listening to me, don't get a MediaTek fella.
So the RAM/storage is 4 GB over 64.
Yeah, it goes.
Or you can get the 4 GB by 128. Now the other one apparently has 2 over 32 or 4 over 64.
Yeah, and these things they're like 6,000 Indian rupees, so about $95.
Now the more expensive one is 5,000 milliamps, 18 watts charge. The other one's 5,000 mAh with 10 watts, so it's quite a slow charger.
10 watts? Well, I guess in India they don't have a power grid that can support higher than 10 watts, or what?
No, but guys,
They have the
think
usual
does.
cameras on the front. They're fairly much the usual cameras on the back.
Hey, Austin, you said a comment that you can delete WhatsApp messages forever. I'm pretty sure the last I looked, and I haven't looked at WhatsApp in a while, but that was only up to an hour. So are you saying that you can delete messages forever for
Bring him
longer than
in.
an hour? He's in here. Can't you hear his noise?
You can delete WhatsApp messages for 2 hours.
Oh, 2 hours. Well, that's not
Oh,
much
2
better
hours,
than an hour. Thank you, Austin. That was very helpful.
That
2
was
hours
helpful.
is better than 1 hour, though. But I think for me
Oh, yeah, it's much better. Yes, very good, very good. 2 hours.
So just to continue on quickly with this article, so
Yeah.
it's got a USB-C, it's got 3.55 millimeter
headphone jack, yeah.
I'd rather have USB-D. I think D is bigger.
It's got obviously the 5.0 Bluetooth, which is kind of cool. LTE modem, which I would hope it would have an
5.2
LTE modem.
Bluetooth now. Why is it just 5.0?
At least it's less than
And
$100
it's only got-
phone, Nimmer.
Just keep in mind though, it's only got Wi-Fi AC. It's got an LTE modem, well, which is good.
Less than $100. I wouldn't spend $10 on it. No, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
you can get it in green or white. Very good.
I want the green one.
See, I bet if they didn't paint it, they could have probably saved about 10 rupees on the cost or something. 20 rupees. I don't know.
Or maybe give me a sage color or something like that. I like sage.
So there's one phone is for 7,000 rupee and the other one is for just over 10,000. So I'm not sure how much.
10,000. That's a lot of money. I'm going to be
I'm
dead
not sure
of
how much
hungration if I spend 10,000 rupees.
Indian Spy, how much is 10,000 rupee in dollar? I haven't got a Google here, so I don't know.
About I don't know much. Maybe.
Hey Google, how many How many dollars is 10,000 rupees?
10,000 Indian rupees is approximately $135.17.
The 135.
Wow, that's
Not
a
bad.
lot of money. Ooh. So you
I
have to
suppose
carry.
that's
can
actually
you
pretty
imagine
cheap.
living? Can
It's
you
still
imagine
cheaper than
living in
Motorola,
India
though.
No, but can you imagine living in India and you go to a store and they say 100,000 rupees, and then here you go pulling out rupee after rupee after rupee, counting.
Not
just
a
to get to
100 rupees. It's 10,000 rupees.
Okay, even 10,000. Can you imagine going to the phone store? So 10,000. Hold on, let me see if I have any change in my pocket. 1, 2, 3.
Well, they can use their card.
Do they have 50? Do they have like half rupees or quarter rupee? Like a quarter of a rupee?
I don't think so. Austin, what denominations do you have
boy.
your money in?
Well, they better have like 100,000 bills. Otherwise, it could take 20 years just to count something.
And they use a micro SIM as well, just for anyone that cares.
A micro SIM. They have nano
Yeah,
SIMs
so
now.
we have 1,000 rupee notes.
1,000. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so you just carry
That's
10
not
of
very
those
much,
and you're
though.
good.
I think you need
No.
more than 1,000. I think you need 100,000.
No. All right, so that's it. So if you're in India, Flipkart and I don't remember the Micromax website
Micromax.
both selling the phone, and so they're having early sales. And
I
so
think,
wanna
Warren, you
check
should
it out.
order one of these babies so you can test it out next
Yeah,
week.
well, maybe Austin. I'll
Yeah,
get it
you
through
should
Austin.
order one, Warren, and just remember to take it out of your bed when you get it.
Oh my God!
There you go. Actually, Austin, you're in India. You should go to micromax.com and see if you can pick one up. Pick the cheap one up. Go for the 7,000 rupee one.
I won't go for that phone.
Well, if we have Austin telling us that he wouldn't go for that phone, why are we talking about this phone?
It's got to be more durable than the OnePlus, though, because didn't you smash your OnePlus?
Oh yeah, he did.
All right. Well, where's our guest?
Let's
What
move
happened to the guest?
It's,
to our app of the week
it's just
before our guest comes.
Yeah, I think we'll do that, and then if the guest doesn't come, we'll go kish to him.
Okay. Oh no,
Kish,
no
kish,
good.
no good.
So there's an app that I got today called iBroadcast. So iBroadcast.
Hey, that makes sense. We are a blindness podcast, so it makes sense.
Oh
to have the word
yeah.
I in it.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So iBroadcast, think of it like a digital music locker. So, like maybe Marco has those 30 TBs of music. He could dump it in there or something like that.
So
now,
why wouldn't I just use an external hard drive?
yeah, I hear you. But you want
I could use Google.
Sync
Yeah,
across
Google
your
Drive.
devices. The whole idea is to be able to play it with
Dropbox.
whatever device that you have. And, with the demise of the play
Drop
music
Sync.
and all of that. So you could use that. And what it is that
Or OneDrive?
it's a privately funded project based out of Seattle here in my neck of the woods. And so kudos to my boys and gals for that matter.
So the private funding, is this from your boys? Is this why you're advertising this app? Because it's from your boys?
The good old boys.
Yeah,
This
the
is
good
the
old
Blind
boys.
Boys Club, after all.
Thank you,
never know
Tracy.
there could be a blind kid among the private funders. You never can tell. So it's privately. So I'm gonna just give you a feel for it. What happens is that
Didn't
when
say
you
I
install
broadcast. It said iBroadcast.
when you install the app, you need to download the Media Sync app.
You need to download two apps?
Yeah, well, because I don't
This
know why
is getting hard.
they didn't bundle the thing together, but it's just
good.
put in iBroadcast or iBroadcast media.
It'll be in the show notes
media,
anyway,
something
so
like
if
that.
you want to
Yeah,
have a look.
it's in there. So
Yeah.
now, so when you bring up the app, what happens is that you have
I don't have
you could-
Facebook.
You could use a Facebook account, or you can use an email. Sign up with an email. You can sign up on their website, or sign up directly from the app.
I have to give it my email? What if I don't have an email?
I don't know. It's crazy. Well, you want to
Then it's
personalize
kish. Back to Mama goes. Yeah.
So if you want to sign up, you go to iBroadcast.com, and there you can sign up, or like I said, directly from within the app. And so I'm going to log into, I haven't signed into mine yet, but I signed up on the website, and it sent me an email to verify, click the
that's
URL
cool.
to verify, and I did that. And they said, they'll never sell your, we'll never sell your data. Your music is your music, and all of that, and your music.
Yeah, that's what Facebook told me a few years ago.
Forget about it. That boy's a liar. So, and you can, what they're thinking of is that down the road, they're going to bring the premium services. So it's going to be like $4 a month. If
That's
you
when they're
want
gonna.
to.
It's gonna be not privately funded. It's gonna be fully funded.
That's if you want to, though. You don't have to get that. The whole idea of the premium services or subscription is the fact that you will be able to, when you listen to your music, is what you see is what you get. There's no transcoding of any nature versus the free whatever, your whatever bit rate is like 128 or something like that. I think if I read them right. So I'm going to log on. I'm going to log on to it.
Just turn your screen reader up, Warren, because it's make it nice and loud if you can.
Yes, turn your screen reader up. I want to hear your password.
Not for that, but yeah.
This way I can access your music.
I don't have.
I want to buy something from Amazon.
Let me.
Yes. Does it have your credit card information? Because I'm kind of hungry, so.
But just
want some
remember
beer?
that it keeps your information private, except to me.
It does. It does.
Except when the Chinese access it, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
The Chinese are not going to access my thing. I'll get the Mongolians after them.
That's what a lot of people have said in the past, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you have it on your OnePlus phone, you can never be sure, can you? Are you accessing this on your
That thing
OnePlus
might be
phone,
pinging back to commentary.
Yeah, it might. You never know. Better watch out for that commentary screen reader.
Oh my goodness! So
I just realized that one of our watchers was actually my phone on YouTube, and I think the other one might have been Austin.
Well, that's great. Jeez.
So we've got a lot of listeners tonight.
Oh gosh,
okay.
really? I don't remember my password.
This is why they create these things called password managers. Have you ever heard of it?
I like Bitwarden. Bitwarden works well because then all you have to do is go log in with Bitwarden and it does
If I
it.
go to my computer, do you think it's going to come through our broadcast?
No, not at all.
On my computer here, though.
But I think we did a discussion.
We did
on
do a
password
show.
managers.
And
I'm going to
back
mute
and
my
listen to
side a
that.
little bit while you talk about that so I could put in my password. I don't want Austin, messing with my music.
Oh.
No,
Poor
you
Austin.
never know. Here's the Mongolian spy. You never know. So let me put in my password and I'll be back.
Well, we can't even hear your keyboard, so go ahead. I don't know.
But the thing, yeah, we did have a discussion about that a while back. Remember the password manager stuff, and I definitely am a big advocate for that sort of thing. And I know that.
Yeah, I like 1Password. I like LastPass, and I like Bitwarden. Those three tend to work pretty. LastPass less so. I think it's become less accessible.
I gave LastPass the kish, but
1Password is very accessible, and their developers actually care quite a bit about making things accessible. And Bitwarden has gone in the right direction too. So I think,
absolutely. I'm a big fan of Bitwarden. Plus, it's free, so I mean, happy days.
Yeah, very hip.
But if you are one of these people that forgets passwords, or if you're one of these people that very silly, well, it's very silly if you do this, but if you have the same password for everything, you should really go through every app and let Bitwarden or OnePass or LastPassword or any other similar app.
Frankly, if you're
recreate
listening
those.
to this, you should be using a password manager. There's
really.
no one that shouldn't be using it. I think.
As much as
Makes your
people are
life easier,
talking.
too.
As much as people are talking about using a VPN when you're on public networks, I actually think having a password manager is equally as important, if not more important.
Yeah, it is. Like if you ask me what my passwords were, I don't know what they are. I have no clue what they are.
And that's a good thing. You shouldn't know what your passwords are, really.
I don't have any idea what any of them are. They're all different. Some of them are 100 characters long. And forms, too. The other things, a lot of them will autofill forms. So I never have to type in my phone number, my name, my credit card
You can
information.
sync between devices.
I don't even remember my own name because it autofills it in for me.
You can sync. You can sync between devices, which is great. Like, I mean, there's just no reason why you shouldn't really be using something like this.
And if you're using the one that's built into your phone, here's the problem with that, or a computer. Here's the problem with that. The password managers tend to be more secure, more encrypted, better for multi-account syncing or multi-device syncing.
Multi-device.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you're using a Mac, you're using Safari, you're using your iPhone, it remembers your password, but then you hop on a Windows machine, gish.
Yeah.
You don't have your password.
So I just logged in, and when you log in, this is
Hey,
what
you interrupted me. No, I'm kidding.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, guys.
It's going to make it very hard to put chapter markers in this show.
Oh, very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead, Warren.
So what happens? This is when you log in. This is what you get. So it says it uses your motion, whatever, to suggest, and you can say no or cancel.
What if I want to say yes?
Yeah. Then you say okay. So the whole idea, it can suggest music,
Motion
for you.
data. I don't want this app to access my.
So
does it know when I go for a walk
I said,
or when I'm?
yeah. So maybe it'll, if you are walking,
So
probably.
if you start waving your hands slowly, it's going to play some slow dance music or something.
Yeah, or
How about if I have sex? Will it know that too?
I think it might. It might as well do that. So
Thrust
okay, so
and 1 and a 2.
oh my, well I'll be so here I am. at the top of the screen,
Not here. What do you mean?
Search button.
you've got the search,
Get more suggestions.
more suggestions. And at the bottom, you have tabs. From the left, we've got
Tab. Home. Selected. One
the
of three. List.
home,
Tab. My library.
then your library,
Play two. 3 of 3.
and then the play queue.
Oh,
Now,
why didn't that one say tab?
I think,
Tab. My library. 2 of 3. Play two. 3 of 3.
oh yeah, no, it didn't say tab.
Must not
That's
be
interesting.
accessible.
Not good.
So, but so
We don't have a lot of suggestions for you yet, but as you interact with your library and upload new music and play songs, then you will start to see more relevant content here. If you have uploaded new music
I
and
guess-
played songs, make sure to
So
listen.
that's
guess the
basically
private
what the
funding
app
isn't
is.
that good.
It doesn't have any settings. It's just a place to
It
upload
doesn't
your
have
music.
any settings.
So
No.
essentially what it does is obviously you upload a whole bunch of stuff and then it will suggest other stuff that's of relevance. Yeah?
Yeah, but you
Well,
don't
that's what it
have
sounds
you
like,
don't
yeah.
have to. You don't have to do any the suggested whatever.
So
but
do you get access to other people's... Like, how does it do that? What, is it getting access to other people's music or...
no. I think these are like free, like
Container home recycle view.
like here.
Welcome to iBroadcast.
Recycle
Upload
view?
new music into your own personal library on iBroadcast. Find out. Container home recycle view. Uploads. Group by day.
Okay,
Container home item image button.
and so if I tap here, see, it's
How
playing
was I know it
something.
was going to play, though? All it said was home button image. How did I know what it was going to play?
No, there's
Pause track button.
at the top there. So there's the image of the some of the artists that they have. I think.
Yeah,
they-
but how do I know what the
Container
artist
home recycle
is?
view. Get
Or
more
it doesn't
suggestions.
tell you. You just randomly push one and...
Play track button.
let me
Next track button.
see.
Zoe Leela pop up. Select.
So this one is from Zoe Leela.
So I have a 4 terabyte external hard drive with a bunch of music. Can I upload all of it to this app?
I think you
So,
should be able to. They didn't
Funnily
say there
enough,
was a
you
limit.
should ask that, Nima. I'm just looking up the frequently asked questions.
Yeah, I don't see any limitation. In their
Really?
description.
They'll take my 4 terabytes? That's cool.
If they could take Marco's 30 TB, they'll take.
Oh, Marco has 30
okay, this is
terabytes. Very
interesting.
nice.
Now, Warren, you were talking about before that it doesn't compress and stuff. This definitely compresses. Whatever if you're uploading stuff, it's compressing it to 128K.
Well, that's what I said.
It
If
expressly says
you're
that.
using the free one, it's going to be 128. But if you choose the premium that they're bringing, there's no any transcoding going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a digital locker for your music if you want to, be able to.
Okay. So
find
the
the
only way to
music.
upload your music is you have to do it on, well, from the look of it, is you've got to do it on a computer with their app.
No. You could do it from the computer or do it from your phone, but you have to install the Media Sync app, and that's why you have to install that Media Sync Lite app from their website. I mean, from the Play Store as
So
well.
do they have storage limits, or is it okay with my 4 terabytes? Because
I just never saw any storage limits to the computer.
I have a lot of stuff from the Beatles and a lot of other stuff. A lot of good stuff.
I think they'll let you upload what you have.
Oh.
So
Well,
I'm
that's
gonna.
cool. We should all
Okay.
test it. So, Marco, you
This
upload
actually
your 30
says-
terabytes.
How
and
about
I'll
we
upload my
test
4.
it next week? We come and talk
Well,
about
should
it.
have
I'm
them
gonna
play
upload.
release. The free version, it'll pull your tunes down to 128K. The premium version, you can either have it at 320K or you can have it as lossless, so it doesn't touch your
Yeah.
music. It leaves it as is.
Oh, very good.
How do you make money? This is interesting.
Well, that's why they're going to be introducing.
Okay, so this
the
relies on
$4.
on premium users. So if there's not
Yeah,
enough
the
premium
premium.
users, it goes kish. Not good.
The premium thing is, they will be introducing the premium
So how much
services.
do they charge for premium users?
It's $4, $3.99.
Oh, okay. This is
$3.99
whilst
a
it's
month?
being developed.
Yeah, I think it's $3.99 a month.
Okay, so if I change if I have a word, if I have a bunch of files and I just change their file name, just rename them all to MP3s, then basically I have unlimited file storage for just $3.99 a month, right?
If you change the file names,
I'll just rename it. Whatever file I have, if I have pictures, videos, whatever, I'll just rename it so it thinks they're music files,
I think that the app would be,
and then I'll
intelligent
upload
enough
like
to know.
I don't know 100 terabytes or something of stuff. And basically, I have unlimited
See-
storage, right?
I don't think it will accept anything that's
I don't-
not music.
Well, the funny
Well, they
thing
wouldn't
is,
know it's music or not. I've changed the name
it's
of
not
it.
telling me.
It reads your ID tags though of the music
Yeah,
stuff.
I'll add IT tags. Don't
Go ahead,
Okay, the
Marco,
other
you
thing,
were trying to say
apparently,
something.
it's got a system can identify duplicates. How do you identify duplicates?
It says it
Byte
checks
for
against
byte,
duplicates.
which is interesting.
Yeah.
And same file, MD5 match. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
duplicates
it's
get
not.
tagged and removed, but you can
I'm
still
gonna
recover
try
from
it.
the trash.
I'm gonna upload maybe
That's
like
fine.
4 gig, something there, and see.
4 gig. Oh no, I'm gonna upload like 4 terabytes. See if that works.
Come on, bro.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh,
if
and
they
you
say
can-
unlimited, I want to test it.
You can upload playlists if you like an M3U or whatever, so you can actually upload playlists as well, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
M3U playlists are kilobytes or.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering though, Nimar and Marco, you guys remember the real networks, and then it becomes Rhapsody or something?
Oh, I remember.
I'm kind of
Yeah, they
wondering
went
if these
kish-kish.
guys is a rebirth of Rhapsody. It's from Seattle. I don't know.
I don't know, but they didn't last very long, did they?
No, but it was the talk of the town. Remember real audio? It was a thing back then in the 90s, late 90s and early 2000s.
All right, guys. Well, I think we know have a guest, Kish Kish. He no show up. So
Not good.
let's see here. We did that app. Let's look at some listener emails. I know I've got a bunch of these listener emails. And I'm sure that we will have a what is it? Midweek podcast this week. We'll do. I think we have.
I've just
we
got to
have another
add one
guest,
thing
so-
though to this iBroadcast thing, which I find a little annoying that I've just seen here. If you want to delete your account, there's no delete function. You've actually got to contact them. Now, why can't you just include a delete function? That's irritating.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
Okay, we got one email here from a swimming pool. No, I'm sorry, John Poole. John Poole says, subscribe. Okay, I think you were trying to subscribe to the mailing list. If you'd like to subscribe to the mailing list for anybody
Well,
who
just
wants to
invite
do
him, mate.
so,
Just invite him.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't know if that's what he wanted or if this is spam. So I'm not gonna invite anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna direct add anybody or anything like that. But if you'd like to subscribe to the mailing list, besides that means extra work. So if you'd like to subscribe to the mailing list, please
just
send an email to blind tech guys plus subscribe at googlegroups.com, and the only thing that list is just for tech discussions and or information about the podcast, and is very much moderated to that specific thing. There's not anything else crazy, mostly mobile devices, and it's actually been relatively quiet, although we have continued to grow. I think we have up to 60 members now or something. So if you'd like to subscribe to that, or if you're looking for more of an unmoderated list where you can talk about pretty much whatever, you can sign up for the Anatad, ANATAD email list, plus subscribe at googlegroups.com. So I don't know
Now,
exactly
Warren,
what you
just
were
to-
trying to subscribe to, but those are the two lists that we can direct you to.
Warren and Nima, just to answer your questions, I've just found somebody that's asked the same question as we were wondering about iBroadcast. It looks like there's no limit as to how much you can upload. It says
No,
limitless.
I
don't
guarantee
see
you
anything
they'd add
about-
limits as soon as I
I'm
start.
sure if I started down, I'm sure if I uploaded my 3
when Nima
terabytes,
puts up
they'd get
his
slightly
4
upset.
terabytes.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm thinking if I uploaded
my
my full
gosh.
collection, they wouldn't be overly pleased. Let's put it that way.
But maybe then they'd actually put up a limit. But I would hate to find out, hey, there's a limit that they didn't actually mention after I uploaded 30 terabytes.
The other nice feature that they do have, which I guess is kind of useful, is they do have a feature where it'll normalize the volume of all of your tracks, which is kind of handy.
Oh,
How
that's
do
really
they know
nice.
how do they know they're going to have enough storage for people? I mean, where are they storing this stuff? I'm
Nimmer,
serious,
you
though.
know,
Well, that's actually not a bad question. I would actually like to know, are they storing it? Well, I assume they're storing it in a cloud service. Well,
Yeah,
we
like I
assume
said,
so, but-
probably they're using the good old, real,
Well, they might
that's
be
just
using
speculation.
AWS, like Amazon Web Services or something, but the more
Yeah.
storage you have, the more your costs build up. So I don't see how they can keep.
Well,
not
I am
charging
actually,
for a service
in all
where they're-
seriousness, worried that in the fact that they are primarily at this point relying on private funding. Now, obviously, they say here specifically the premium version is not yet finished,
No.
so you're not
They
getting
said they
the
want to
full
make sure
experience.
it's nice and good. And it's maybe the guy has deep pockets. There are a lot of people there with a lot.
You know
of
what I
moolah.
reckon we should do, Warren? I reckon we should see if we can get an interview with this guy, because I'd actually be interested to find out more about it.
Yeah, I've
and
got a
one
lot
thing,
of
Okay,
questions
well,
for this
I'm
guy.
gonna.
I've got
I'm
quite a
gonna
lot of
have-
questions
I'm gonna
about
have him
that.
call. I'm gonna have him come on and say, hey, this is a blind guy.
and tell him that he's got to actually come on. Well, hopefully he can do a pre-record, but if he can come on live and actually turn up, that'd be
Yeah.
that'd
because
be good.
but we want to find out, what really is going on, and make some of the things
Did
accessible.
you
I mean,
send
it's
that guy the
accessible.
link, Marco?
Yeah, I sent it to him at when we were talking a
That's
few
what
hours back.
makes
So I
sure
don't
that
know.
one of us sent him the link.
No, I had a look at the sent emails, but it definitely got sent at would have been. I'm trying to work out. It would have been about 4:30 p.m. your time.
Well,
so.
if the mystery guest is
Yeah.
in an area that maybe it's too early.
No, I told him to come. For him, it was going to work out to be 10 a.m., so it would have been fine. Well, he was happy with that, but anyway.
Maybe he drank a little last night and.
Not good internet there. Oh, well,
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
We have an email from Morali. Hello, Morali.
No, Morales.
It says, hello there. No, it says Morali.
Okay.
It says, as I'm screen reader user / voiceover, a beginner with MacBook Pro. I need some tips to work on Outlook and other Office 365 applications. I find it challenging to hit the inbox when I launch Outlook. It has so much of hurdles to cross to fluently, confidently go to inbox and other folders. Kindly guide me with the practical step, preferably keyboard commands to go to the inbox and other folders. Then I can apply other commands to remaining functions. Look forward to hearing from you, Morali. Hello, Morali. Yeah, we appreciate you reaching out. We tend to focus more on mobile stuff. I will tell you, though, that if you want keyboard shortcuts on Mac for Office 365, one of the best ways to do that, and there's tons of these things out there, is if you go, you hit Command T to create a new tab. First of all, open up Safari or a web browser or something. Then type in Google, Google, excuse me, .com, .com, and then you type in keyboard shortcuts for Mac OS. Oh no, you want Office. Sorry, Office
For Outlook.
365.
No, Outlook.
Yeah, Outlook.
Okay, sorry, Outlook. Keyboard shortcuts for Mac OS, and then push the Enter key, the return key, and then you can navigate by heading. There's a link. The very first link says complete list of keyboard shortcuts for Outlook 2016.
Well, we might throw that into
Mac.
the show notes. What do you reckon, Nima?
Yeah, we'll put that in the.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
show
I
notes.
think that's a good idea to put that URL in there. For our brother there.
And Morelli, I think you might have got my email. Well, you sent the email to me personally. It's Marco here. But if you have any further questions, of course, our email address is blindtechguyspodcast@gmail.com. But you can more than
and
happy
you
for
can
you to
also
email me. I don't
subscribe to
mind.
the Blind Tech Guys email list, where maybe some people, or the Enitet email list, one of the two, subscribe to the email list and ask those questions on there as well. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we'll include the thing in the show
We'll
notes.
throw that in the listeners'
But
email section.
something here though. Why is it that on the Mac, why doesn't Outlook take you straight to the inbox like it does on Windows side of things?
It doesn't always in Windows. It just
Nah,
depends
it doesn't.
on.
It depends on how you have
depends
it set up.
How you have it set up and what you
Yeah.
have showing.
Oh.
Like, for example, with Windows, you can do your control commands
Control
and
3 for,
you can do all of those and get it to where you need to be. But obviously, I assume that Mac would probably be command something or other. But I'm not a Mac user, so.
Me neither.
But
that URL should give him the complete
URL.
keyboard.
I just popped it in the show notes. We're going to add that URL into the show notes, and then you'll be able to, like I said, get at your keyboard shortcuts for Mac. And as I said, Google is your really good friend. But again, you can always ask on the Blind Tech Guys mailing list.
I've always found him, and I'm pretty sure you agree. It cuts back on a lot of email traffic if people just use Google. It's very good.
Yeah, it cuts back a lot of email traffic, and it's also really efficient. And I tell you what, all this time, I don't know when you sent. When did you send it? You sent this email November 1. That was 6 days ago.
Yeah, it's 6 days ago.
So it took me about, a minute to look up this information. So 6 days ago minus a minute, you could have got this information.
In fact, he literally sent that email very shortly after we released publicly the finalized podcast from last week. So, yeah, it was literally last Monday, my time.
So I'm sure
last Sunday for you.
And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just, throwing this out. This is information. Like I said, you go to Google, type it in. A minute later, you can have your answer.
Yeah. It's very straightforward. But as I said, we'll throw that link into the show notes. Have a look at that. And kish kish. Very good.
And then we got an email from Marvin Hunkin. Oh, man, I know this guy from Hunkin.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay. Yeah. All right, let's see. Hi, using Hyper-V for a networking course and doing a practical lab. Hyper-V just says input capture. And do have a sighted network friend who can remote and help me out. Need to do practical guide. My VMware workstation trial ran out, had crashes in VirtualBox, so he uninstalled that, installed Hyper-V, and set up the audio endpoints and set up a domain controller. Any scripts for JAWS, NVDA, Windows, Narrator, even Windowize. Have you used Hyper-V under Windows 10 Pro, or do I need a remote computer connection? Don't have access to one at the moment. Any ideas? Thanks. P.S. Then after for a while, I lose speech and only hear caps lock on and off and have to reboot my Windows 10 Pro 2004 laptop. I hope 2004 is the version number and not how old the laptop is.
Well,
the other thing I will tell you is that this question is far too advanced to be answered on a podcast that mostly focuses on.
I have
devices.
absolutely no qualms in stating that VM. It's gone. Is that like voicemail? It's gone right over my head. Very good. No idea what you're going on about there, but it all sounds very good. Sorry, I can't help. Never. Any idea? No good.
I have ideas, but I will tell you that there are plenty of email lists for system administration users.
Maybe Google.com.
So what I would go to open a new tab, type in google.com.
I bet you if you look up JAWS scripts
immediately in the search box, type in Hyper-V with JAWS and hit enter, and then go to the first link, and there's it directs to an email list, actually a thread from an email list.
Yeah, but that might be him that's asked the question on that email.
That's a JFW mailing list.
Who asked the question on there? I'm guessing it's probably Marvin.
I don't know. I didn't look. But if I just keep going down, there's a number of other things here.
Well, I think it's just coming up with the JAWS mailing list. But
there's another forum that has the stuff.
What's the app called?
Hyper-V.
Hyper-V.
So there's lots of resources on Google, and there's also lots of tech-related mailing lists that focus more on networking stuff. Like I said, the NFB has a couple of these lists, so I would check some of that out.
Well, I'm just having a quick Google. There's no JAWS scripts, and some David, I think I know that person from Australia, has suggested that JAWS include that as a future possibility.
They're suggesting JAWS included as a future possibility means we might see it in about 20 years. So
20 years, yeah.
Maybe along with my Vorax support and the beeping progress bar. Who knows?
So yeah, it doesn't look like there's any scripts that support it, and we might have to just, yeah, I don't know. As I said, I can't help you, unfortunately, Marvin. I'm sure Nimmer, maybe you can write back to him privately and suggest a few things, but it's probably getting a bit too complex for here, I think.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We got Mayank has left us a comment on YouTube. Pramit is trying to get in, but he's unable to join. Oh,
why?
No good. I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, the thing is just
what we might have to do is we might have to do a pre-record if he's not able to get in. Yeah, we'll apologize.
Well, he sent that message 7 minutes ago. So, Pramit, if you're out there, we might. Yeah, you should be able to just straight in. Now, the other thing, Limmer, is there any reason why it might not work on a particular browser? Maybe if you're using Safari, maybe try using Chrome. That's one thing that I think with these things sometimes is an issue.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're connecting on, but most browsers should be fine. So I don't.
If you're try Firefox, if you have.
My
Firefox.
suggestion is, try your Firefox or Chrome, hopefully, and maybe we'll stay on for another 3 or 4 minutes and give you the opportunity to do that. Otherwise, we'll have to probably do a pre-record, and because we aren't really running too late. It's only 4:05, so.
No, there's a lot of stuff we can cut out from our babbling.
Yeah. So if you want to, we'll give you about 3 or 4 minutes to, or let's say 3 to 5 minutes to see if you can try that link on Chrome. I would suggest Chrome because that will definitely work. And if you can't get it to work, then we'll have to do like a clean feed or something, or maybe get it up on Zoom, or see if we can pre-record.
Yeah, we'll just have to pre-record, maybe play next week or something. Or again.
Well, we could always have the two interviews. Well, we've got a potentially another special guest next week. Next week could be special guest week or something, but we'll see.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. So, Pranab, if you're not able to get in, then let's shoot for next week or whatever the case may be. So make it a very special week, guest week, and just kick back and let you guys.
Pramit.
Pramit. Okay.
Pramit. I don't know. Sorry.
Pramit.
I'm bad with names.
I don't know if they're still. How many viewers have we got on YouTube,
3.
Nim? Well, maybe they're still listening, but we haven't got any comment.
Yeah,
so I'll give you a couple more moments, Pramit, if you can try and click on that link in Google, Chrome or Brave or anything that's Chromium based. Microsoft Edge.
Yeah, it'd be good to know what he's trying to connect with. I don't really know.
I'm guessing he might be trying to do it on Safari or something. Well, Safari.
But Safari should work too.
Safari certainly works on an iPhone.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not sure what you're trying to connect on.
I was on the iPhone last week on Safari.
The only other thing that maybe, I don't know what part.
I think even Internet Explorer would work.
Maybe a firewall.
Maybe a firewall. No.
I don't know.
Maybe a firewall issue. Or
the only other thing, potentially, maybe the internet connection's not great. I don't know. But,
yeah.
Oh, here we go. We got a message. The host will let you in as the message appearing.
I don't see him in the studio at all. Did you send him a bad link,
I sent
Marco?
him. No, I sent him the link that you sent me. He's been waiting since 9:58, apparently.
9:58.
He's not in this chat, I can tell you that.
Okay. I'm just going to go into my email and double check the link, but it was exactly the same link that you sent to me and Warren, so
yeah, make sure you send him the right link there.
No, it's definitely the same link. I've just opened up the email. It's the exact link. Same thing. It ends with 5. Our link ends with 5. So,
well, Austin was certainly able to join.
Austin's there. Is there a limit of people? Oh no. Well, we've had more than that in though before.
Warren and Marco have certainly joined.
No, there's we've had guests on here
We had
before, so
six
there's
last
no
week, or
reason
5 or 6 last week. So
why.
Yeah, no,
he
it's
wouldn't
exactly
have
the
it
same
today.
link that we're on here, so he's definitely got the right link. So I'm not sure why he's not. I've just looked at it letter by letter. It's the right link.
Do you want to
So
resend him?
Pramit, whoever's typing in the chat, can Pramit, are you able to hear us through StreamYard, or are you listening to us on YouTube?
Or maybe send him the URL again. Maybe something got missing in the.
No, it's definitely. Well, I will send it again, but it's exactly the same. I can see. I've just had a look at the sent emails, and it's definitely. I've just clicked on it again, and it's opened up for me.
Okay.
And that's the link that I clicked on to get in anyway. So it's definitely working. I'll send it again.
Now, so it seems like Pramit is chatting with someone that is on here.
Well, if he clicks on the link, he obviously has to. Well, Pramit, I'm not sure if. I assume you've put in your name, and then you've got to click on Enter Broadcast.
Or can you put in the comments tab, Nimmer, so that Mayank could pass it
if
on
he's
to.
listening, he can certainly hear us.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So he has to put in his name. He can put in whatever name he wants. I assume he's done that. And then he has to click on Enter Broadcast. And as soon as he clicks on Enter Broadcast, Nimmer will be able to
We'll
see
see him, in the backstage and bring
in the
him
backstage area. But if he hasn't done that, then he won't have appeared. And I don't. Well, we've got other people in here, and we've got Austin in here from India, from Mumbai, and he's in the background at the moment. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of that you haven't done.
Yeah, I think at this point we probably just have to have a special week just for guests, and so we'll give them time then.
All right, so I just tried the link in Firefox, and it certainly did allow me to access it. So
I've tried it in Firefox
works.
as well, and I tried it in. Well, obviously it's working in Google, so yeah, it's definitely working.
well, I just literally joined the cast in Firefox, so it certainly works.
It's working.
So I don't know what the trouble is then. Maybe it's the internet connectivity. I don't know, but he says he's been waiting since whatever. Where was he waiting at? Was he waiting, if he was
Well, if
waiting,
he was waiting at 9:58
hear
his time,
us.
that would make it 28 past 8. So he's been waiting apparently for about 40 minutes apparently. But we can't see him, and that's why I'm wondering, have you actually put your name in and clicked Enter Broadcast? Because I don't think he may have done that.
Pramit is using Chrome, and the host will let you in. Well, the thing is, the hosts aren't seeing him, or the one host. So he's either using a different link, or wherever he got it from, or I don't know what's going on. Maybe
Now, I think my guess is that he just clicks or clicked on the URL, but, maybe doesn't know that he needs to click on the, Enter Studio or something like that.
Yeah, I reckon he hasn't clicked on Enter Studio, and he hasn't put a name in.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe close out close out.
Maybe
Chrome,
reload
try
the
coming in, or
reload
page.
the link, and then enter in your name. Enter in. Make sure that also you allow Chrome to
Access microphone and
access
stuff.
your microphone and everything.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of, because if you clicked on Enter Studio, I'd be very surprised that Nimmer wouldn't be able to see you, because it's never happened. Well, there's always a first
Well,
time.
I just saw it myself, so I just.
Yeah. And it's definitely exactly the same link that I'm on. I actually clicked the link from his email to get into here, because it was the quickest one that I found. So it's definitely the right link. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll give you another minute or so. I know if we can't do it, then we'll have a chat during the week and get a pre-record. I think it's probably the.
I don't know what
the
his.
easiest way.
Oh, there we go. Hello there. Welcome to the podcast. Except I
Hi,
can't hear
Pramit.
you.
Can you hear us?
I can see him in the list here.
Oh, he's here. I just can't hear him. He's.
You want to click on the microphone or camera and microphone setting and go choose your microphone from within the drop down.
Well, he's gone now.
Are you sure it's him? Because it's got Indian Spy. Are you sure that's not Austin?
No. He wasn't here, and then he left.
Oh.
He was literally in the thing, and then he dropped out.
Yeah, I can see there's 4 of us here.
No, Austin isn't here, but he was.
No, I know.
Yeah. Oh, there he is again. Hello there.
Hey, hi, Pramit here.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Hey, welcome, Pramit.
Welcome. Thanks a lot, and thank you for having me on the show. I've been actually something was wrong because I've been there for half an hour. So maybe because I have bigger font, so maybe enter the broadcast was not visible on the screen.
No, maybe not.
That's okay. Well, Pramit, since we've got you on, welcome to the show. Let's start off by you telling us a little bit about this Louie Voice.
Sure. So Louie Voice Control is an app for visually impaired people like us. What it basically does is that with just voice commands, it allows a user to completely control a supported app. Now it has been built keeping a blind person in mind. And since I'm also visually impaired, I'll just give the story of how the thought of building Louie came up, and then it sort of also brings alive the concept.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sitting with a friend, and I'd gone to meet him, and he took my phone and he said, "Okay, let me book Uber for you." So he asked me, "Okay, what destination?" He said, "These are the 3 options." Okay, I said, "Pick up this one. Which ride? This is the fare. Take this one." Then he confirmed, "Okay, you're going here. There's a ride. Shall I confirm?" Right. Then he told me once the ride was booked, it's 5 minutes away. Shall we call the driver? So, I went through that experience and I said, what if there can be a virtual friend right here on the phone screen, which can do all this for me? So I engage in a similar conversation. So it's a two-way interaction, the ongoing conversation, and it does exactly the same thing for me and help me book Uber. And this is how Louie was born. So Louie does exactly this actually. So currently we support Uber, YouTube, WhatsApp, contacts, phone calling. We are also working on text messages. Then we are all, new apps that we'll be supporting will be Messenger, Facebook. So that's where we are right
so
now.
The app currently, I noticed you pushed an update through a couple of days ago, so it now supports contacts and messages.
Correct.
Yeah. Now, can I ask, obviously, why the name Louie? What's behind all that?
Okay, so Louie is inspired by Louis Braille, who was the founder of Braille. Mm-hmm. So that was one consideration. The other one was we just wanted a simple name, something which is globally simple for everybody. So whether I'm in India or in Australia or in South Africa, wherever. In Russia, it's something that easy to pronounce for everybody. So that's how the name came.
So just to give people an idea as to how the app actually works, so essentially you have to install the app. I've actually installed it on my phone and had a bit of a play with it. You install the app and then you have to use 2 fingers, I believe, for any time that you want to interact with the app. And then obviously, once you know what the commands are going to be for a particular application, like say for YouTube, there's previous, next, search for video, etc., etc. Once you know what the voice command is that you want to voice, you can then use 2 fingers to skip all those commands, and automatically, it's like using Google. You get a little ping, and then you can say to the app, okay, fast forward 10 seconds or something. Or if you want to use it for phone calls, similar sort of procedure. Is that correct?
Correct. And I would just add it here, as you become familiar with it, there is also a zero verbosity mode. So you can just tell the app talk less, and it shifts over to zero verbosity, in which case it doesn't even give you those command options. So, you can actually move around very, very fast then.
Yeah.
Hi, Pramit, this is Warren. I think I've been in contact with you before. Now, my question is most especially, with texting. So I have this, and it has access to my texting app or text SMS app. Now, does it mean I would be able to, respond to text messages using my voice or not?
That's correct. So we are in the final stages. We haven't yet released it, but you can expect the update to be there within a week. So then you will be able to select a contact, send a text message, and you can call the person. I mean, there are various things you can do.
And can I tell it to read my texts, or like
Yes,
read
so
out?
that's the next step. So right now what we are releasing within a week is sending out text message, so you can completely edit your message, send it out. The next will be when it will have the ability to read out all the text messages, and and you can sort of navigate around within the text messages completely. You can reply, you can delete, you can forward, and so on.
That's
That's the
really
next
good.
step.
That's really good because there are a lot of people out there that would really like something like that because it's going to be hands-free and be able to have it read your text messages and respond to a particular text message you want to respond to. I think a lot of blind people are going to be very happy with that.
And I
Thank you
think
so
the other
much.
good thing about this, obviously, besides just the text messages, and I think obviously as time goes on, I assume that you will be looking at allowing this to interact with more and more things. Like, say, for example, I know for a lot of people, web accessibility or lack of web accessibility, especially when reading articles and stuff, I think this could work really nicely with something like that. I'm sure is that something that you're looking at doing down the track, is allowing that to happen with more apps?
Absolutely, because see, I'll tell you, all these are my pain areas as well. So, in a lot of ways, Louie is all about solving my own problems. So, I think yes. Being able to support Google search along with, let's say, a page opens in Chrome. So that's one part of it. Also, the documents. So you may get tomorrow a PDF document, a web link. So absolutely, I think that's very very essential for all of us.
So how is this? How are you funding this, or how's? I mean, the reason I'm asking, we've seen a lot of projects come and go in the blindness community, and they come, they go, they come, they go.
Correct. Yes. Okay. So we have been sort of fortunate, I would say, so far, and we hope to remain so. So we are a small social venture. We are a team of 13 people based here in India, near Delhi. We are today funded. In fact, right from day one, we have been funded by a few investors, both in India and USA. And most of these investors they have seen the potential of the app, and they are very, very socially minded, very keen that we build something that well and truly helps all the visually impaired friends across the world. Some of them, just to tell you, so we have some nice people supporting us. For example, the ex-head of Google India and Southeast Asia is one of our investors. Similarly, managing director of Sequoia Capital, one of the top venture capital companies, he's supporting us. So yes, I know that it's always a challenge to keep getting regular funding, but I'm hoping that we can make something so good that it truly
And I'm
helps.
guessing
That
that
we have,
obviously,
yeah.
sorry, I was going to say, I guess that the other thing to maybe think about down the track, I think your app has a lot of promise. I think it's really definitely got a lot of promise, especially as you continue to develop. I think once you continue to develop, and it's great that you've got a lot of, it seems like you've got a quite severe and substantial funding, I think it'd be great. And I certainly personally wouldn't mind if you started charging for the app. I think it's one of those things that obviously you can get funding, but the concern I think Nima has, and that I might have, is that what about down the track? And a lot of these sorts of ideas start off with funding, but then, ideas dry up and things sort of go by the wayside. I hope that something like that wouldn't happen with your application. I'm just trying to think of what's going to happen down the track, that's all.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right, because so that's the vision, that we have to be self-sustainable, right? So therefore, and the only way you can have some revenues is having through a subscription. I think the only difference is what we want to do is that, unlike I've seen a lot of apps having one global price across the world, right? So what we want to do is have differentiated pricing across the world and make it affordable. So I think the success will come not only because the product works, B, it is sustainable, and C, it is so affordable that it's not just the top 2-3% of the people who are able to afford it and make you profitable. but it's affordable to the point that most people across the world are able to use it. So that's how we want to go. But right now, for a while, it's going to remain free as we sort of stabilize it and start supporting more apps.
Yeah, that's
And
excellent.
I guess just before you ask your question, just real quick, I just want to find out, Pramit, is this app, obviously it's available on Android, is it going to be available on iOS as well?
Okay, so the plan is, we initially wanted to, just focus on one thing and get it right. So by, I think, towards the end of 2021, which is about a year from now, we hope to do technical feasibility for developing it for iOS, even for Android, because it's a fairly complicated app to develop. So it had taken us almost 4 5 months to establish technical feasibility. We want to do the same because I recognize that it has to be on the iOS platform as well. So I think the final answer we'll have in about 12 months' time, for sure.
Excellent. Go ahead, Nima.
Yeah, one of my questions has to be apps, as you know, get updated frequently and they get interface changes. I've just seen some recent ones to YouTube. How does that affect your app? And is your app needing to then come from behind and essentially re-update to work with apps that maybe change their interface? There's a lot of these companies that do change interfaces quite a bit, or are using AI, or how is this?
Okay, so I think it's a great question. So you're absolutely right. These guys keep releasing updates. So I'll tell you what happens. There are times when we have to do that. Most of the time, see what's happening is because we actually first initially developed a screen reader for Louie, but then eventually went on to use the same technology to really build the voice control. So a lot of the stuff that we work on is not the superficial menus on the screen, but basically the notes and the data underneath. So a lot of times what happens, the screen changes, but then the basic information on which we need to work on remains the same. So that's one. And number two, yes, there are times. So for example, I'll tell you, WhatsApp is relatively stable. Uber is also more or less, but there is Uber, the variations are across the world. So suddenly in one country, in one particular town, there may be suddenly some slight difference that they have made. So we have to sort of continuously keep up with that. The same is to some extent true of YouTube, but this is now something we have figured it out. So yes, it happens, but we quickly are able to release a patch very, very fast in case the app is getting stuck.
And you mentioned Louie screen reader. Is that continuing to see updates, or is that kind of a dead product?
See, right now it's I would call it a very basic screen reader. And again, for the same reason that you mentioned, that with limited funding, it came with a band-aid, build the voice control. So currently, there is no development work, further development work, which is happening on it. It still works. But I am hoping that in about 6 months' time, I'm able to get some extra funding, some extra developer resources, where we can actually go and develop it more. And something I always felt that building in the OCR and image recognition, which sort of does it automatically, I think is something which is really needed in a screen reader. Because otherwise, the basic screen reader tasks, are done by. there are various options.
Now, Pramit, now the Louie screen reader, is it a part of the package of the Louie voice command thing, or is it a standalone app, or is it in the same package?
Okay, it's part of the same package. And if you go into the settings, we have deliberately kept it under the radar. It's very much there. The reason is
you kept it very well under the radar. I didn't know it was there.
So there's a reason for it.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a reason for it. Was basically because when we initially started, giving out the app, and we used to, upfront ask people, you want to use it with TalkBack or with the Louie screen reader or without a screen reader? Because the way it is made, it works in every case, even without a screen reader. So what we realized that most people were using it for screen reader, and where we felt that, look, our big differentiation is really through the voice control. So that's why it's only a very little under the radar. So, you just go into settings, and then I think it's the second option which says this is the configuration. You're using Louie voice control with TalkBack. Just click on it. You will get the option.
Good.
That's really good. I think next week possibly next week or maybe the week after, we'll have Marco do a demo of the
we'll
app
definitely
and make
do
sure
that. Yeah.
we get our listeners, access to
feel
that.
for it. Yeah.
And then, I guess my other question for you then is, what's next, or is there? Do you have any future plans that you're ready to tell us about, or where's kind of your road heading next, or just adding future apps, or what's next for you? I always ask this question. Maybe you already addressed it.
Yeah, I guess I already mentioned. So, like text messaging, I think the wonderful idea of making sure that we handle it completely, including reading out and navigating. We've already started work on Messenger, on Facebook, and I'm very very keen on what you mentioned. Managing Google search and Chrome. For surely for that. Then the documents. And I think basically the way we approach it is we talk to a lot of visually impaired, whatever are the pain points, because the idea is to not just voice enable it, also solve the pain points. So if I can give you some example, if you take Uber, there are value adds that we create, which is over and above the Uber app. For example, when we tell the user about the availability of rides, it's always done in the order of increasing prices. So the cheapest ride comes first. When Louie is telling the user by voice. Similarly, if I take a particular ride every day, I can mark it as a favorite. So next time, Louis will always give you that ride. So you don't have to go out there through 5 other rides. Similarly, towards the end, we also do a confirmation that this is your pickup point, etc. So those value adds, again, I think are important. So we have to sort of think through, understand the pain points, and then develop the apps, the support for the app.
Excellent.
Are you getting a lot of feedback from users? Are you getting a lot of blind users using it, or are you getting more? I can see this useful for other disabilities as well, or people with dexterity challenges. Does your app work with switch access, for example, or?
Okay, so currently the focus is only on the visually impaired community. So most of the users, I would say almost 75-80% are visually impaired. And I think there are about people from almost 60-65 countries across the world who are using it. And so that I think will remain the focus, because I think the point in our mind is very clear that the core user that we have kept in mind, the use case is that of a blind person who cannot see the screen at all. Now, if it works for any of us who cannot see the screen, like for example, I cannot make out a thing on the screen, and that's why I'm sorry, because I didn't realize that that option is somewhere down. So I was doing my swipe but didn't reach. So I think once it can work for a blind person, it will work for everybody. But then the focus will always be on the vision.
And then the whole idea is to be able to use one's voice to interact with the app, to have the app do various things that one would be using either their fingers or whatever. But then instead of using that, you're going to be using your voice to do those texting or reading your WhatsApp messages. So the whole idea is just to use one's voice to accomplish those tasks.
Absolutely.
Great.
Well, I think we want to thank you, for being willing to come on and speak to us. I know that our listeners are going to get a demo of this app, and we're happy to have you on. And then, of course, make sure Marco sends you out the link for this podcast too, if you can, share it out to people that you know as well, and that would be great. I think that way people can
learn more
about us. And
we will definitely have your interview on the episode that'll come out in the next day or so, but I'll share that with you, Pramit, and if you don't mind popping it up on your Facebook or something, but we will certainly put the show notes where people can download it from the Play Store, which I already have here.
We'll link to your website as well.
And we'll link to the website as well, so that hopefully any listeners that are interested, and I certainly do recommend you have a play with it. I've played around with it for the last couple of days, and it definitely is working quite well for what it's supposed to do. So I really encourage you to keep working on it, and thanks for coming on the show.
Come back to chat with us, Louie, sometime next year. Let's have another conversation, would you?
Anytime. I'm really excited to be here. So anytime you want to get me across, I'll be there.
Next time we'll try and get you on at about midnight your time. How's that sound?
any time of the day and night for Louis.
I don't say that.
I'm
I don't say that.
completely
Believe you me, it's quite possible that it could happen, especially on New Year's Day. Very good.
we wouldn't do that to you.
We are on any time you choose, 2 o'clock in the night. Because I tell you what, I'm fully committed to making it a success. It really doesn't matter day or night.
Oh, don't you worry. You'll be fully committed at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, we'll bring you on so you can let us know what's
Anytime.
next and any future updates. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you very
All
much
right,
for coming
Pramit,
on.
thank you so much.
Pramit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
How do you say your name? Want to make sure we're saying it right?
You just got it right, Pramit.
Okay, Pramit.
Perfect.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, Pramit.
Well, thank you very much
Thank you.
for coming
Thank
on.
you.
And,
Thanks for having me here.
We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Sure.
Right. Bye-bye.
All right, and to all our listeners here that you've just heard this interview from Pramit.
And if you listen to the podcast, it's going to be in a completely different order. So it's worth listening to the podcast just to see how much of a difference it'll be. Well,
it's
change.
different.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure that you like this and share it out with your people, your friends. Tweet it, Facebook it, Snapchat it, whatever it is. And you can also find us on Twitter. You can like us, Blind Tech Guys. You can find us on Facebook. Search for that as well. On YouTube, Blind Tech Guys. Well, you found us on YouTube as you're probably watching it where you are now. But if you're listening to it later, you can subscribe.
Click that bell, baby.
Click that bell. And if you don't know what that means,
Michael wants to hear that bell. Hit that bell.
Well, if you don't know what that means, there's a button after the subscribe button that says, if you tab once, something that says all notifications or no notifications or something.
Yeah.
You hit that and it brings up a menu. And you can select to get the notifications. Maybe even Louie can subscribe you. I don't know. That should have been a question.
Man. Actually, apparently it can. It can.
Okay.
Yes, it can.
Ah,
I actually did
neat.
it the other day. Yeah.
Really neat.
So,
So
so
there
you
you
can
go.
like us, and subscribe to our mailing list, Blind Tech Guys at googlegroups.com. Actually, Blind
Plus
Tech
subscribe.
Guys plus subscribe.
Yeah.
At googlegroups.com. And that's the mailing list. So we have a Telegram link as well that we just added on. Just again,
Just
for
60 people on there. That's
discussion
crazy.
of the podcast.
And that is
news
just for the
information.
podcast. But I mean, obviously, sometimes we talk about other stuff, but predominantly the podcast.
Yeah.
All right,
But that's it.
Thank you guys for coming on and joining us, and we'll see you all next week. And I don't know if there's an after party. I'll leave it open, but I'm not going to be on too long. So.
Me neither. Well, thank you so much, guys, for spending your time with us again, and thanks for listening.
Austin, will it be possible to demo this app? Yes, I talked about that.
Yeah, we'll do it in the next week or two. And guys, thank you as well from me. We'll catch you next week, and I guess I better thank Pramit again for coming on, and we will definitely demo that app. But thanks, guys. We'll see you in a week's time.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm not going to be on very long. Well, yeah, I reckon just end it, man, because I'm probably going to literally go in like 5-10 minutes. I've got to go and do other stuff today. So.
Yeah, me too.
And I think you said something about a headache or whatever, Nim. So
I guess we probably won't have an after party today.
Can't have it every week, otherwise we become alcoholics, and that's not good.
I'll tell you what, Austin, if you want to have the after party, I'll keep it running, and you can do the after party, and you can drink, and then we can come watch on YouTube. And then tomorrow I'll shut the podcast down, and it'll probably take an hour to process, and I'll send Marco.
Oh, God, it'll take about 3 hours to get the bloody file.
Austin,
YouTube
Austin, you are still on there. You should have said hello to Pramit.
No, he's muted.
He's your brother, man.
He was from Delhi. Austin's not from Delhi.
Yeah.
He's your
I'm
brother.
from Mumbai, but
Just because
we
we're
are
from the
neighborhood.
same country means you're your brother.
Yeah.
Delhi and Mumbai, they're enemies, aren't they?
How far is Delhi from
Very
where you
far.
are?
Very far.
But 10 hours,
yeah.
10 hours, 11 hours, more than that.
Yeah, very far.
It's
India's
like
a
going
big
from
country.
Melbourne to Sydney. Yeah, it's a long way. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it's a
okay.
lot farther than Melbourne to Sydney.
Wow.
Oh, it's probably further, yeah.
Yeah.
I
well,
didn't know
India's a big
India was
country.
that big. Oh,
It
yeah.
is.
Oh, yeah.
India's
That's
very
huge.
big. Over 1 billion people.
And India was even bigger when they had Sri Lanka as part of India as well. Well, that was...
Or
Yeah.
when they
It was
had
even bigger then.
Pakistan.
Well,
you
they
know?
used to
Oh,
have
no,
a
they
ton
didn't
of
have...
land.
Yeah,
no, they used
did.
to have Sri Lanka.
They had Pakistan also.
They had
And Pakistan,
Pakistan.
but that was like back before
And
I was...
Bangladesh.
Well, God, a long time ago.
Yeah, Bangladesh, yeah.
Yeah.
1947.
But you don't want Bangladesh. There's too many tornadoes there.
And too many bombs.
Too many bombs. Yeah. Oh, boom, 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 boom.
Oh my.
I'll tell you what, that song at double speed is very good. Oh man, that makes me laugh every time. Bum, 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 bum.
Yes. Yeah, double speed is good. It's very
And
good.
the other one that's good at double speed is that little ditty that I sang to you, Nima. That's a very
Oh, yes.
good. Yeah, that's good at double
Yes.
speed as well. And then when Philip comes on, he goes, "Oh, Marco, that's even before my time." I'm thinking, yeah, that's definitely before your time, Philip.
Yeah. Yeah, Marco likes sending me lullabies when I can't sleep at night.
Oh
How
my.
was my song yesterday?
Oh, it was great. But you send a lot of music that I didn't
yours-
listen to at all. So.
I didn't listen to all of it. There was way too much, but most of it's
Yeah, there
Caribbean,
was
which
way
is
too-
like from the
yeah.
West Indies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Very
all,
good, very
you
good.
know, very good, very good. You know,
Harry Belafonte.
why did it take you? I thought you had good internet in India.
Man, that's
Why
a
did it take
I
you
forever.
so
forgot
long?
to.
Wow,
I
that took
forgot to
forever.
share it. I forgot to share it.
Oh, that will do it. Yeah.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's not coming very
Yes,
fast.
it's
And I'm
Christmas.
waiting and
It's
waiting
coming
and waiting.
nice and slow.
2 hours later, oh, here. Boop, 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 boop. Oh.
And then when you said, "Oh, well, does anyone listen to my music?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, it's a bit hard to listen to it, mate, if it's not here."
Yep. Very good.
Dear.
Yeah, so it was nice that he was able to get in. I think what had happened was that actually he didn't realize.
reckon he
needed
clicked
to
on
click
enter broadcast.
on that enter. Yeah,
You can
But
sit
that's
there
okay.
as long
I'm
as you
glad he
like,
came
but
in.
could that be the reason why maybe Anna
yeah, I'd
didn't?
say so.
So probably it's my fault. I didn't give her directions. You know what I
Well,
mean?
no, I said to the guy, "Look, when you come in, you might want to adjust your audio. This is what you got to click on, and then you got to put your name in, and blah blah blah." But I don't know.
Yeah, I
You
told
got-
her
No,
to
Anna
adjust
wasn't
audio.
here.
but-
Anna was
Anna
never here.
wasn't. Well, Anna didn't appear either, so I don't know.
She didn't appear, and my guess is she didn't even email you. My guess is she wasn't even planning on.
Yeah,
coming
so
on.
I'm gonna fight with Anna then.
She didn't come on. She didn't comment on the
Yeah,
YouTube
fight
videos.
online. Fight online. Nice entertainment.
That's the thing. She could have commented on the YouTube or Telegram or email list or anything.
Does she
I
actually
haven't
listen?
seen
Because
anything,
I've never
so-
seen any. Well, I've only seen emails from her on Annotate. That's about it. So
Yeah, she writes on Annotate. Now, see, I'm looking. She still hasn't responded to my email, so no, she
No,
didn't
so
come on.
She didn't come on.
no, she hasn't been on.
She didn't come on. Well, I'll just have her record it. If
Well,
she
I'm
shows.
changing the name of Podcast 26 from the Anna G podcast to the. I don't know,
I'll tell her
maybe
we're
the
gonna change that-
AP podcast, Austin Pinto podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Anna. We're gonna change the name of the podcast if you
Tell her
don't
that
show
if she
up.
doesn't come on, I'm going to give her a good spanking. See if that gets her sorted out.
Whoa. And on that note, guys, I'm ending the YouTube stream. Thank you guys for joining us on YouTube.